time I will be touching on the more cancerous side of YouTube, you know, top 10 videos, clickbait, all that crap. Anyway, you know, every time I go to YouTube, you go to the recommended and you see, oh, you like something, you watch like a Pokemon video or a Dragon Ball Z clip or whatever, and then like your whole friggin' feed is filled with top 10 of this, and this, and then you click on one, and then you click on two, and then you click on three, and then 3 hours go by and you haven't learned a damn thing. But, you know, so I've always wanted to make top 10 videos for Onigiri, just because there's always things to talk about. I tried to do like a top 10 spears for like 5 seconds in the middle of a video, and it was really stupid because it was, you know, it's like, well, you know, at the time the Datenru and the Gargs were the best, so then logically, and then the next thing you level up into, the next thing, and then, you know, we could do that and it would literally be the most stupidest thing ever. That's why I don't do that. But that's enough of an intro here. So today, 10 people, that's awesome. Today what we're talking about is the top 10 reasons why players quit in Onigiri, and specifically Onigiri PS4. Now, I actually made a somewhat script for this video, by which I mean Eva and I came up with a list of top 10 reasons why players quit Onigiri, and I'll be having that on my side when I go through it, so it's not just a lot of rambling and searching and taking 3 hours to come up with a list together. We're not doing that today. So let's get right into it. Just gotta scroll up here. Alright, so the first thing, now how they're ranked. Hi, hello Kitty. Hi Botch. Hello Eva. So the list is going to be, you know, 1 to 10. It's from the least severe to the most severe in our collective opinion. Obviously, your opinions are going to differ in your rankings on where things are going to go, but, you know, it's all up to the person, really. But hi, Hagura. So, we're going to start with number 1. Is one reason because of the lack of making progress in their eyes? Yes and no. We could talk about that. You know, that's why I like to make it a stream, because then we have your guys' input. So after I make my list, and we'll get to it soon enough. So, but Sudageza, that is a thing. Lag. I didn't touch on lag, so we're going to talk about that too. So this is fun. Now we have 12 reasons why people quit this game. Alright, so this can be fun. Alright, so 19 people, that's huge. Hell, that's huge. You know, them 900 subscribers are coming out of the woodworks. So, why people quit in Onigiri, in my eyes here, so is a sheer lack of tutorial, a lack of introduction. Like, the game doesn't teach you how to get good. It doesn't tell you, you know, hi Lily, you know, it doesn't tell you how to do everything. Like, if this my throat's messed up right now, but if this game actually, you know, taught us how to play and get good and be good, there wouldn't need to be an Aurogiri. It'd be helpful to hear like builds from higher level players and stuff, but, you know, there's so much stuff the game doesn't teach you how to do. Oh my god, my throat. But like, for starters, the game doesn't teach you at the beginning. Like, when you start the game, they give you, oh, here's a Magatama. It's used for defense. It has like 5 element on it. Here, use it. And these are the Magatamas you want. You can only equip so much with chakra or whatever. They say that. But they give you a defensive mag. And what that teaches the player is, since you don't get a skill force mag for completing your first quest or anything like that, you don't start the game with like an Ares, Kogasha, Sote, like a rank 2 of every class. It doesn't happen. Like, because of what they give you to start, yeah, they give you, you start the game, right? You choose one of 5 classes. You choose one of 5 classes, and, you know, it's like daring, power, defensive. You can't repick. You don't, that doesn't, it tells you what weapon it's used for, but you don't know what weapon you want. You don't, like, there's no grace period. Like, the first mission should be like, okay, use each different weapon type to kill a bunch of different monsters, and then, you know, after that you choose your class and then you go into it. There should be like a grace period like that. That doesn't happen. The game doesn't teach you how to use your what mags you want. So it's like, oh, you want to play spear? You should be on the lookout. Like Yoshi or Shizuka should be like, oh, I hear that these mags are good for that, because mags are like existent. People know what they are. Like they should be like, oh, you should be going after the Gemini or the Aries or this or that, and then they don't teach you like how to farm mags or all this other stuff. Like they don't, like Moroku doesn't teach you that if you don't buy out his whole bargains thing that you can get like stuff infinitely. He doesn't teach you that he can keep supply and demand so long as you don't overbuy things. Or once you leave this negotiation level, you'll never see this stuff again. There's no warning of that. It's just thrown upon you and you're expected to know. And most people just, most people, they start the game and then they get to a certain point like Kaga Echigo, and then they learn from other players that did things somewhat right. Then they're like, oh fuck, let me go restart my character. And that's technically like a soft reset. It's almost like a quit, You have to get rid of that character. And for some people, they put money into that character, they mess it up, they destroy mags, they do whatever, they don't want to play anymore. They're like, oh, I wasted money on this character, I don't want to go make a new character and waste more money, and then they just quit. That can happen. So my first thing is a lack of tutorial in the game, a lack of telling you what you need to do and all this stuff. It's one of the reasons people quit. So Lily asks, what is Aurogiri? Oh, hi, Sensory. So Aurogiri is literally my YouTube web series of just a bunch of onigiri videos on how to get good and, just tips and tricks to help players and just videos in general, stuff like that. So that's what Aurogiri is, to answer your question, Lily. So, number 2 in the reasons. Have some water? You want me to have some water? Okay, I'll go have some water. I'm sorry. I'll bring my controller with me and everything. I don't know why my throat sounds like dick. I'll have some water. Alright, so I had some water. I feel like I have like a ball of something in my throat. I don't know. But I should be fine. Ballin'. It's the Oro guide to get an onigiri ballin'. Alright, thanks, Sensory. So, number 2. Number 2 reason why people... That's a sexy ass whoa? Okay. But, the number 2 reason why players quit is low drop rates. And yes, there should be an Oni version of every weapon. Absolutely, that should be included in the tutorial. They should all come with like an Ogi as a main weapon. Like, exactly. Like, the Oni dagger comes with Oni Spirit Blast. The spear should come with Oni Spirit Blast. The wand should come with Crimson Rays, a regular skill. They should all have like Ugi 1 or 2 or whatever as a normal move. Like, there should be an Oni staff that has... If there was an Oni staff, it would have to have Extend Heal. It wouldn't be allowed to have Rapid Storm and stuff, but... There's a starter weapon like that. Is there? Well, that's cool. They're learning from their mistakes. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I've heard about them weapons. They do. I've heard about that. Alright, so, like I said... Number 2, low drop rates. So, low drop rates, as we all know, like, you could farm... we're gonna start with not mags first, but you could farm, like, let's say you need, like, back in the day we're talking. Back in the day. Like, if you wanted a Fruited Transients for your Dragon Spear, you're doing, like, 20 runs of that bitch, man. You're doing, like, 20 runs of... Sato Mine, and if you want a Geno Buster, you need the Herculean Boulder. You're doing so many runs to get that stuff. Like, it shouldn't take that many runs. And that's just for drops and stuff. Like you get into Gargoyles, Dragon Arcs have the lowest drop rate ever, Lucifer, like Seal, Fallen Cross, all like the monster drops have, like, those things are just retarded how low their drop rates are. Like, it's It's an abysmal drop rate. It shouldn't be that low. If anything, the game should have a system where, like, monster cards matter. Like, honestly, if I get 99 Lunar Spirit Kaguya Hime cards, I should be allowed to trade in monster cards for the monster's actual drops. Like, that should be a thing. There's no reason to have 99 monster cards. Like, it's just a superfluous thing. They should be like, oh, you have, you know, like, it should be like, if you get 99 Kaguya's monster cards, you can trade it in for a Spirit Seal. That means every 99 cards you get, you could trade it in for a seal. Or every 10 Typhon cards, you could trade it in for a Fruit of Transience. Or, you know, like if you want something from the Jiro Spider, you can't get it. Trade in cards from her. You know, all that stuff. It took me a month. Exactly, man. It would be an awesome mechanic. Exactly. Exactly, Eva. It would. Because monster cards really have no purpose. Like, sure, you get 5 of them. It tells you the monster's weaknesses. That's all fine and dandy, but there's no reason to get 99 of the damn things. But they continuously drop and drop and drop. Card Captor exists for a reason. If that change were implemented, you know, Card Captor and Steel Attack would both have their merits. Hi, Sexy Girls TV. That's a pretty nice plug you got there. Exactly. You should trade them in for drops. The card showed the drops. Like on the monster card, it should say, "Oh, you want their white drop? Then trade in 10 cards." Or if you want 20 drops, like, you know, that would be a really cool thing to do. That should be a really cool thing. So that's on drop rate. That's what I'm talking about first. So then the next part is mags. So if you're not, you know, using your bargains effectively, assuming you know how, and getting, like, you know, Amara's early, Dusk's Asugi, not Asugi, Dusk, Yoke, Amara, Wand mags, you know, like the early stuff, and doing all your side quests, like, you're not getting your mags, right? Like, you can't technically have 500 cards, but yeah. You know, it could work, you know. If you're, like, farming flies, you should be able to be like, oh, you want a mag that can drop from this enemy? Then collect 500 of its card, and we'll let you choose one of the mags you can get. Like, that would be crazy, but ultimately in the future, it's not really that important, but it'd be great. But, like I was saying, like, mags, too. Like, you can kill 40,000 flies and not get the mag you want. I've killed over 100,000 flies, and I haven't gotten enough Leos. I shouldn't need to kill 20,000 enemies to get one item. That's ridiculous. So I'm gonna take my calculator real quick, and I'm gonna just, you know, I'm just gonna run the numbers on that. So let's say it takes me 20,000 flies to get, or 20,000 of one enemy to get the mag I want, let's just say. So 1 divided by 20,000 equals a 0.00005% chance. Like, that is 1,000 times worse than the actual drop rate of Magatamas on Hell. Like, that's retarded. 40,000 for one metal. That is, when we run the math on that, 40,000, oh no, 1, where is it? 1 divided by 40,000 equals, well, it's 0.000025, you know. The math is off, is it? 2 months, 2 hours a day, so then 105, damn. You know, the math is whatever, but we should have achievements for 105s, which give you 105. Yeah, there should be. That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. There should be an achievement. If you reach 105, there should be like, oh, you reached 105. Here, get a 105 mag of your choosing. Then you'd get one from the rewards. You'd pick the reward. You get one, and then that gives you a taste of the class, and then you farm for the other 2 or 3 or 4. That would be crazy. No, 10 palace runs for one. No, like 100. Like we were saying with a monster card, that'd be way better. Such a fair system. Or else everyone F-used. It wouldn't be a challenge. It wouldn't be worth. There should be a quest for the... Yeah, exactly. You know, I like multiple approaches to get items. That is an awesome feature. Alright. So, and because of the drop rates and, you know, how bad they are, and some people, they get it right easy too, and then you watch someone go in, like I've had a moment where I go into the fly dungeon, I get a Leo, I come out, tell people, I got a Leo in 2 minutes, and you know what they say? I'm fucking quitting. And then, exactly, you know, I'd have 3 seals if that were true, every 100 runs. Mine, plus the ones I get from playing, I'd have 4 seals. Hi gamer girls, hey. So... But these are all great suggestions. I love your guys' input. This is great. I love it. So that's number 2. Low drop rates. People quit because of that. It's you get the idea. I don't need to go over it anymore. I get that feeling here. So number 3. We're doing about 5 minutes a thing here. So number 3. Failing smelts and getting broken slots all the time. So what about on hard? I guess just to touch back on that before we advance, because that's a good comment. So what about on hard? Maybe I've heard other games have this element where if you complete a dungeon so many amount of times, you know, you're guaranteed to get that drop after that certain amount. But if we followed the monster card method, technically the monster cards have a better drop rate on higher difficulties, so running on higher difficulties would increase that drop chance. Because with the system I proposed, it would be, you know, more productive to run. Like, it might take you 150 normals to get that 99 monster cards, whereas it might take you 100 hards to get that, like 110 hards to get that monster card, or maybe 150. You know, it's a very good topic. I wish it was implemented. It'd be a great mechanic to the game. You know, a lot of people would stop quitting if they could actually get their shit. That's literally number 2 in a nutshell. Maybe quest for no, gargoyle weapons need to be farmed. Like, that's a test of your strength. I think we should bring this to Cyprus. It'd be a really good idea. It would. But you know, we must progress. So number 3, like I was saying, is you know, failing smelts and getting broken slots, all that stuff. So this touches on to the lack of tutorials as well. So one thing I was saying when I was discussing with Eva is, at the start of the game, when they teach you to smelt, they don't teach you well enough. They don't teach you what smelting is like. Like, when you start, Yoshi's like, oh, can you enhance this weapon to 10? Oh, cool, you did the quest, here's a friendship item. Can you smelt that to 20? 95% chance? Sure. We went it to plus 20. Nice, you done the quest, you learned how to smelt. Yay. No, that's not how it is. That's not how it is. I honestly think when you start the game, you should be given a plus 90 weapon, or whatever, and you use it, and it's the best weapon you ever had in your life when you start the game. And then Yoshi's like, oh, main character, Aurelius-san, can you help me smith this weapon real quick? I don't have the funds to finish this weapon I want to finish up. And she basically wants you, I'm making up a story for this here. She's like, can you help me smelt this to 100? And then, you know, I want to finish this weapon. So you just pay the cost, you do the smelting, and you use this really awesome weapon. It has like 7 oogies on it, and it's great. And then, you know, you go to the smelting menu. She gives you an artisan treasure sword. She tells you they're extremely rare but extremely valuable. And you use the artisan treasure sword, and you put everything in the right slots. So you put the really awesome 90 weapon, then you put the artisan in slot 2, and then she says, oh, here, I'm gonna give you this godly amulet. And you put the amulet in, you have to do it. And then you see your success rate is 95%. And you hit, and she doesn't give you buttons or anything like that. She gives you that, and then you smelt the weapon. It has a 95% chance to pass. And then after it, guaranteed fail. It always breaks. The weapon always breaks in this tutorial. And Yoshi's devastated. She's crying in the cutscene. She is torn. And then after, she reaches into her pocket, pulls out a smelting reset button, and cries. She's like, I forgot the button. My weapon is lost. And she like grabs you and literally shakes your character and says, never smelt without a button when you're going past 50. Never do it. I broke the #1 rule. I'm gonna go commit seppuku. And then Shizuka's like, no, don't do it. And then it gets all resolved in an anime-like style. But then you'd actually learn how to smelt and the dangers of it. Because so many people quit because they break a weapon. I've had so many people come up to me and be like, Oro, I put a button and my weapon broke and I lost it. And I'm quitting. Oh no. Oh no. And I'm just like, bullshit. I've never broken a weapon in this game. I put buttons every time. Every time. And it's never failed. It's never broken. And when it does, it will be streamed. And it will be damn sure broadcasted that a weapon has broke. Because I will save that video clip. But, you know, that's just how it is. That's you know, when people break that weapon or they accidentally don't favor it and they're leveling up a Vanguard, they're doing it so mindlessly because the Vanguard system isn't right. It should be like the smelting or enhancing screen where you like... I saw that. Yeah, Mocha lost her heaven on 10%. Yeah, I remember that. But they didn't put the button. You know, I almost broke my Rising Cross faults on a 10%. It happens. It happens. This is why I encourage everyone, if you are paranoid with breaking your weapons, every time you smelt, you take a picture of that screen. And on that picture, you look at the picture before you proceed. And on that picture, you better see, you know, amulet, button, and artisan options in place. That's literally the pro tip to making sure you never mess up or break a weapon, is you take a picture every time and you move on. But then, like I was saying, some people, because of how you feed Vanguards, it's a stupid list, and it's not, you can't turn off mags, it's incredibly laggy, you overclick, you underclick. If you don't favorite things, some people have turned in very valuable weapons that they've worked very hard on, but they didn't favorite them. Some people thrown in Night Skies, Gargoyles, all that stuff. All that stuff indeed. And they'll quit because of it, or they're doing Point Daruma and maybe they throw in a Spirit Seal or something like that, but that's a different case. That's just negligence at that point, and it is. But you know, I have a Staples Easy button here somewhere, but the battery's probably dead. And obviously Walthrop, that would also be tied into the you know, tutorials thing, but the same thing with broken weapons, broken slots. Kaguya should have the same exact scenario where she wants to do something and that happens. You know, Army Man did it too. And, you know, there should be a tutorial telling you all about weapon loss and how important it is to buy band-aids and stuff. Alright, so... you know, so that's number 3. That's a lot of people quit after that. So... here's number 4, and it actually ties into what Lorette just says, and I'm not kidding, it's actually number 4 in our list. So number 4, reasons why people quit, is because they have no one to play with. I need a better artisan option for success rate. There should be a better artisan option. There should be, absolutely there should be. You know, there should be 10 million, exact, yeah. I can't agree more. But number 4 is having no one to play with and getting no help if you're stuck in the game. So, you know, Now, this one isn't something wrong with the game, but it's just players, you know? This is going to be rampant in any MMORPG. You could look at any reasons why people quit a game that's online, and it's because no one helps each other. That's just human nature. That's my needs are better than yours, and I'm not helping you right now. And it's a sad but harsh truth, you know. If you're stuck in an area and you don't know how to play the game because of every reason we just said before, and you can't get past Sato Mine and there's no one there to help you, you're probably going to quit. You know, I don't really need to go on to that a little more because it's just the raw truth. If you're playing an MMO and you have no help, you don't know what you're doing, and you can't progress, and you're not going anywhere, you might as well shut it off and turn on the Call of Duty. You know, there'll be people playing with you there. So let's get into number 5. So number 5 is getting judged and bullied in the game. So in Onigiri, this happens to a lot of players. You know, you go through the rift, you stand there, so people start talking, and then people just start talking shit to you. They start ripping you up. People bully you. It's like, oh, you got shit damage, or oh, your bow, you have shit mags, you know, all that stuff. You know, oh, you don't get your mags yet? Haha, I got mine from bargains. I'm the best. You're shit, etc. You know, whatever. Like, people bully people for whatever reason. And sometimes it's enough. They quit. They cry themselves to sleep. They leave. I don't know. I don't know what happens in people's minds, but bullying never helps. Online bullying is a bad thing. Not a prisonal, you know, incriminating crime or anything, but it's still bad. You know, if people get bullied, they get bugged, they get neglected, all that shit, they'll quit. It happens. It's just like the last one. It's just a universal thing that doesn't need to exist, but it happens. And it is very annoying to see. You know. So, the next one on our list is DCing 24/7. So, you know, this game, like Randall said, has lag. The game doesn't have the best frame rate. It lags a lot. There's a lot of disconnect errors. You run through portals you don't get through. I quit because of the crap rates. Well, I shouldn't say quit, but I'm taking a break. It happens, Seraph. It does. It does happen. People do that a lot. You know. It happens. Everyone needs to take a break after they burn out. It happens, man. But Lag City is right. What's that song? It's like, lag city, bitch. Lag city, bitch. Lag. I don't know the song, but that's Rack City. But, you know, the DCs, the lag, like, you pop a boost, you're running new, everything's going great, and you fucking blue screen. Like, why is that happening? You're running a dungeon. Nothing's different. You're just running a dungeon as fast as you can. And you blue screen, you lag, someone disconnects, and there's just so many problems layered upon layer upon layer upon layer. I mean, we're PS4 now, guys. We're PS4. We're getting lag. Come on now. Like, yes, there's always going to be lag, but there shouldn't be the frame rate drops when shit's going down. You can literally go to an island with Himiko, use the Geysers of Darkness Ogi, whatever it's called, and crash your game. And it's even worse on Xbox. On Xbox, I tried using Misty Massacre in a 5-man Byakko Cavern dungeon, and my game goes like network error, and I just zip across the map, I'm down to no health, and the game just stops and restarts. Like friggin'... like you're fighting Hit or something in Dragon Ball Super. Like, everything's going good, and then everything stops, and you're getting beat the shit out of, and you don't understand it. Like, that happens. You know. You can lag out on 300... Exactly, man. Boosts, drop boosts, DCs, crashes, all of it. It's horrible. You know, it happens. And Dew Creek's a prime example. We DC in Dew Creek for no reason. Like, the dungeon just says, nah, you can't make it. You know, it's just bad. So that's number 6. The lag, the DCs. People just get fed up with it and they bullshit it. I might be able to, Solomon, yeah. So, number 7 is lack of updates. So, lack of updates, lack of stuff. So, nowadays on PS4 and PC, you know, PC gets updates like crazy. That's their baby. That's their nest egg. But PS4 originally, you know, we had no updates for 6 months. This game, you could literally beat this game in like 3 days. If you knew what you were doing, you could just rush through the game, get to Echigo. It was over. It was over. Like, you were done. You've beaten the game. You've done everything. It wasn't that hard. And then we waited 6 months for an update. Yeah, PC gets updated every 1 or 2 weeks. They just got 2 new Vanguards. You know, our last Vanguard was, you know, at the end of December. But it's actually a blessing. It's actually a blessing when PS4 updates are like, when they tell us our next update is the 25th of January, so it's coming up. Like, they're telling us that Miyamoto is leaving. Miyamoto and Valkyrie. So that means the only way they can leave is if a new update comes to take its place. And that's going to happen sometime around the 25th. So we know that's happening. But for PC, sometimes they don't have such a long period, and they actually have shortened times to buy the Vanguards they want. And for some people, that could only mean 1 or 2 paydays, and then they're gone. And then they go back into the Mega Neon or whatever it's set up like that. And that can be another reason why they quit. On PS4, because of how lengthy our updates are, we have multiple paychecks to go through to roll, and, you know, multiple times, and we have long-ass campaigns, etc., etc. You know, that happens. Get your scroll. You know, you only have... Actually, that's a good point. Tomorrow is the last day of the PS4 OC campaign. So that is your last day to put in OC and get extra SP tickets and boosts and all that stuff that comes with it if you're interested in rolling. And after the 25th, you will no longer be able to roll for the Vanguard accessories on Miyamoto and Valkyrie or them at all until they come back into the Nyan Koropan. Alright. So what was that? That was on DCs. That's what we're talking about, right? Yeah. Alright. So that was lack of updates, actually. Whatever happened to the GMs never come. That's another thing. No updates. There's no events. There's no bonus time. They don't have like, sure, we have Fever and stuff, but they used to say we get Fever once a month. It wasn't always the case. I wish we had Fever. Fever should happen more often. Honest to God, there should be Fever every weekend. Minimum 50% Fever every weekend. And that would encourage the people who work, you know, their 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, to play more on the weekends. There should legit be a 50% Fever minimum on weekends. And on top of that, when there's actually Fever, you know, there should be like, oh, there's 75% Fever this week. Woo! But on the weekend, it's going to be 125. Whoa! People would be hype. The weekends would be lit. There'd be so many people playing. Like, that would be amazing. It would be so awesome if that were the case, you know? It'd be great. What happened to the 200% Fever? They don't exist. They don't happen. They're too good to be true. What would happen if people actually got something they farmed for? God damn it, the world would explode. Whoa. Don't even start, Sudagesa. Don't even start. So that's number 7. So number 8 is losing interest in the game, and then the game, or getting so advanced in the game that it starts to be like a second job to you. Now, I've heard this time and time again. I've actually quoted it myself. I've said it before. There comes a time in the game where there's so much you need to do to get good, and, you know, there's a point where there's so much you need to do that it becomes a job. Or it's like, well, every login, I need to farm mags for my 105s. My 105s come out shit. I need to farm more mags. I don't have free time. I don't actually play the game. I just farm the mags, you know? That's literally a job. That's literally a job. Or it's like, oh, I need to get my fuse, so I need to get seal. And all I do is run seal. I'm not having fun playing this game. I'm just farming and farming and farming and farming and farming. And then once you're done, you ornament. It's a shit ornament. You fucked. You can't do anything. Oh no. And then you start again, and it's a job. And you know what? You quit because you've had enough. You're on stress leave. You're in the Bahamas playing Call of Duty on your PS Vita. You know, that can happen. You know, whatever. So, oh, my mic was making noises. That's weird. And then, you know, there's so much stuff. And one thing they could do to literally make people keep playing this game Wake up, log in, farm, nothing drop. Exactly, Eva, exactly. Exactly. But that monster card idea, I really like that too. That's great. And I think the beauty of this top 10 is that it's not just griping about all this shit why people quit. We talk about everything, and then we address a reason to fix it, something to help against it, or talk about why it's bad, you know? It's never, you know, it's just, I always say it's just complaining if you just talk about it for the sake of talking about it, but it's actually helpful if you talk about ways to fix it, you know? That's how it is. It's sad since the game has so much potential. Exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. So which one are we talking about right now? We're on number 8, aren't we? Not 8. So losing interest, the game becomes a job. You know, it's too much like that. You know what I mean? It's just there's so much to do that you're not really playing, you're just slaving in the game. But when you have friends and you all slave together, it's not that bad. You know, we ran like 150 Mephi runs in 2 days, but since I was with my friends and we laugh when we die and all that stuff and we stream, we have a good time, it's not so bad. But some people, they don't have the friends, like I said before, they don't have that group, and they just slave it. They're not having fun, they're just running it. They're getting better for themselves, but then they have nothing to do with it, you know? Coming with a legendary gachas would be fun too. I think eventually the game should just give you a legendary gacha every month or something like that. That would be great, you know? Like there should be like login completion. Like there should be a step beyond the login calendar. Like you know, like if you log in for like a whole month, then you know, there should be like every consecutive month you log in, there should be like a bonus. So like on the first month of login, it's just login. On the second month of login, all of your login things go up 5%. Like, let's just say on the second consecutive month of login, you should get 25% experience, money, and drop. And then the next month it's 40, then 45, then 50, then so and so on and so on and so on and so on. And it would just be that for that one character, obviously. And that would be like a veteran system, and it would reset, or I don't know if it would reset or not, but it would just be a good idea. So we're getting to that, Dave. We are very much getting to that very soon. So they should add like partner cards, which can only activate if you already have a specific partner unlocked. Would be able to acquire them in game. Sadie Nachan. Alright. So that's enough on number 8. That's enough on number 8. So number 9. So we're coming to number 9 and 10. So number 9. So number 9 is the second greatest reason why people quit this game. Yeah, you should be able to farm them, like, get so many kills with this Vanguard, or, you know, Vanguard, and another thing, Vanguard should be able to get experience, but at a late, like, the more they kill, they should gain experience, just so that you don't have to farm a billion weapons and put them all into the Vanguard. You know, if I'm running Dew Creek with my Vanguard and I'm killing stuff, she should get experience and level up naturally. That should totally be a thing. And the same thing for your friendship items too. Friendship items are a pain. You need like 3,000 them son of bitches to get Amaterasu to 30. But if you had the partner with you, and which is the main focal point of the game at the beginning, you know, your Vanguards are supposed to be with you. Your partners, they're supposed to be your teammates. And that's like one of the selling points. If you read the description of the game, it says, oh, which one will you choose? Which teammate will you bring with you? And, you know, they should actually level up with you. That way you're not struggling to just farm friendships all the time, and friendships are just superfluous help to leveling up your partners. But bringing them with you, you would level them up, and prayer crystals would have, you know, more and more stuff. And that way the Vanguards would function a little bit more like the pets. Because when you have a pet at plus 80, plus 90, plus 100, they take a shit ton of experience to level up. Like, if it took Miyamoto 1 billion experience to level up to 121, my god, I would be 125 and she would be 150. You know how much of an incentive that would be? Holy shit. I shit you not. Button and band-aid every time. It's very true. So, well, not you don't band-aid every time. You only band-aid on the good shit, like 105s and fused and, you know, fusion bear, really important things like that. But did I say what number 9 was? Like number 9, the second, I didn't actually say it. We got interrupted by the chat because the chat is lit. The problem is if you manage to get one Vanguard while it's an offer and then you're screwed. Yeah, exactly. So, number 9. So the second reason why people will quit this game is because of OC. Number 2 reason why people quit this game is because of OC. Because this game is a free-to-play game, obviously there's, you know, some, what's that word? Microtransactions and stuff. You'd expect that, right? Pay a little, get a lot. That's not how Onigiri works at all. You pay a little, get a little. But for some people, they put in $200. They're like, I'm gonna get Miyamoto, 5-scroll her. I've seen the videos. I want to be like Oro. I want to, you know, all that stuff. I want to be like God of Death. I want to be like Yume. I want to be like them. I want to be like all these people. I'm gonna put in $200-300 and I'm gonna get all the good shit. You know what you got? You got shit on, because there's no guarantees. Some people, they put in like $300. They try to get Vanguard accessories. They want to get Vanguards and they can't. It doesn't happen. It's all luck. You know, I've had it happen to me with Luna. I tried to get Luna. I put in way more for Luna than I did Miyamoto. I regret it, but I didn't get it. And unusable OC, that's another thing. The game gives you 2 OC a day, but you can't use it in the point room because that's too good. You know, the point room is too good. Or you can't use the OC to trade or all that stuff, you know. So, and that's, I'm talking about PC and stuff. But, you know, it's the OC. You put in all that stuff, right? You put in all your money, you put in your paycheck to paycheck, you roll, you don't get it. 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 It just happens. People will quit because they will put in more money than their damn console's worth and not get what they want. They won't get what they need. The game's drop rates are too low. It's too stingy. Honestly, the game, when rolling for a Vanguard, like, and this would only really apply to Vanguard units, or units with a Vanguard, or units with a costume, or whatever. You know, in Vanguard units, if you put in $50, you should be guaranteed 1 Vanguard scroll as a reward. Like, if you put in $50, the game should just give you a platinum ticket. And the platinum ticket just lets you roll. It's an auto platinum. That's how it should work. Every $50 you get should be an auto platinum. Exactly right. Now that's the point. When you roll, you should be rewarded as well, but there should be some guarantees. That way, if someone says, I want to 5-scroll this Vanguard, then Cyberstep says, okay, put in $250, you'll get 5 platinums. Not to mention all the rolls you do. That's great. That'd be amazing. You know, it's like, oh, I came out of it with 7 Maya scrolls. You know what? You just get her to 120 or 130. You're done. Great. You know? Yeah, that could be a thing too. There should be the upper, you could say like the high class Neon Koropan. And it costs you double the money, but it only rolls Oogie, Costume, and Vanguard, let's say. Let's say it costs you $25 for a 5 roll in that unit, but you're pretty much guaranteed a Vanguard every roll. You know, that could be a thing, a scary thing, but it could be a thing. Okay, so you guys have been talking about it way too much. I talked about OC, you know, it's the second reason why people quit, all that stuff. The number 1 reason why players quit this game is trading, or therefore the lack of. But it's not also the lack of, but it's because we can talk about Xbox and how Isaiah was saying people overprice the fuck out of shit. That's literally the best way to say it. And some people, they rely on trading, and it's like, oh my god, I don't want to pay this guy $70 to get a shitty recipe that just won't drop for me. There's no excuse for that. But literally, if PS4 had trading, do you know how powerful we would be as a community? Like, I've had so many gargoyle recipes. If I just kept all my gargoyle recipes, if someone needed like a rhyme recipe for some class and they can't get it, I have it. Boy, you're getting that for min. Here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go. Like, I'd be that person. I wouldn't be the person like, oh, you want this recipe? That's gonna cost you 100 OC. Like, no, that wouldn't happen. If we had trading, I would literally give shit away. Hell yeah, if you need, like, especially for recipes. I have an extra Talon Breaker Fuse recipe. If someone doesn't have it, give me $5-10. I'll give it to you. That's worth that. Take it. You know? Or, you know, I have an extra Crucifix or Fuse recipe, 105 recipes. You know, all that stuff. There should be a limit. Now, Sudagaiza, I don't think there should be a limit just because I believe in a free market. And the reason for that is sometimes when you do a trade, you know, sometimes, like, if we had trading, right, and let's say someone's like, oh, I'll pay you 500 OC Oro if you carry me in Gargs, and then at that point, you know, Solomon, you ain't getting shit for free, boy. You ain't getting a seal from me. And that's another thing. Even if we had trading, and I say this a lot, even if we had trading, no one's getting your blue drops. No one's getting your Fallen Cross. No one's getting your seal. No one's getting your rewards. People will get duplicate recipes, and that's about it. You know, that's what will happen. Onigiri time skip me? Did it? Okay. But, like I was saying, except, like, recipes and stuff. Well, I'll throw up a bit of reason to. So, like, if we had trading, you know, I'd give away all my recipes, like, for min. I'd make a little OC on the side, but no one would mind. Everyone would have recipes, you know. I legit lost my train of thought, and that bugs me. But yeah, number one reason is trading. Like, we don't have trading. If we had trading, like I was saying, we'd be the strongest. Oh, Hit's move is called time. I thought it was time leap. I got so much. Exactly. We have so much shit to trade. Hey, Ko, how's it going, man? You know, extra fuse recipes, extra 105 recipes. Everyone would have their shit. Veteran weapons. I don't need one of every veteran weapon. I shouldn't, you know, that would be easy. You know, Satan weapons, all that stuff, recipes. You sell everything min. That's awesome, Salamandro. That's awesome, Salamando. Sorry, I said that wrong. But yeah, no trading. But I was talking about the free market. That's right. So I remember what I was saying now. Okay, so where I was going with that is, let's say someone said, Oro, carry me in Garg, I'll pay you 500 OC to carry me until I get my stuff. So how that would work is, you know, let's say I'm carrying Sudagaiza for whatever reason, and we're running Inferno, and I get a marrow, he gets a marrow, I get a heart, he gets a heart, and I get a heart, and I get his recipe, he doesn't. So at that point, I go to him, and I trade him all the stuff that I have. I trade him that extra marrow, the extra 2 hearts, and the recipe, and he just buys it all for 500 OC. That includes your carry cost and the items you got. And it doesn't take as much energy. And that would be fantastic. You know, that could happen. You know, straight up, oh, we're going to run this together? You're going to give me $50? Sure. Done deal. And that way people get their shit. Number 10, end of list. Yeah, we're at the end of the world. Yeah, we are, yeah. Yeah, we are. So, like, this is the... Did I say number 10's the end of the list? It's the number one reason. It's the 10th. It's number 10, but it is the number one reason. and it's trading a lack of. You know, we were running a whole bunch of Mephistopheles, like I was saying, and you know, a lot of us have. You want a recap? I'll give you a recap. Don't worry. 30% tax wouldn't even matter, man. It wouldn't even matter. We just adapt to it. My fuse recipe for sword would sell immediately. Yeah, it would. Oh, hey, unknown. You know, it'd be awesome. But damn it, I can't remember. Exactly. Everyone would have what they needed. Like, because PS4 knows what it's like not to have their shit, we would be way more accommodating than the other consoles that had it. And that's just, you know, speaking at a psychological basis here, or a logical basis. Because we know what it's like to have nothing, we'll make sure that everyone has something. Like, that would be the philosophy I would assume would happen on PS4. You know, like, we were running Mephi the other day, and Setsuna, who's trying to get a sword completion recipe, has 3 axe completion recipes. The second axe he got, since with completion recipes, if you want nadir and warped and stuff, you do need all but 2 recipes. You want to keep one for yourself. But he has an extra spear recipe, an extra axe recipe. Me and Lyra don't have ours. So we could be like, oh, Setsuna, trade those to us. Sure, thanks. Then literally everyone would have their completion recipes, their vow recipes, their cross recipes, their star recipes, their sin recipes, all that stuff. It would happen. You know, it would just... Everyone would just run, and we'd share the loot. We'd share the wealth, and it would be awesome. Hey, worst nightmare. It was that damn Ronin. That's drop rates. That's drop rates, you know. I hope people wouldn't get lazy, because we'd actually make money off of the shit we wouldn't need. Like, for every Enma that you don't need that you get farming your Leo, well... We'd make some money, and I'd be like, oh, you need these Arias? Here, take that, boy. You know, it would happen. It would happen. And for all the people that get Leos that don't need them, they give them to me. Or etc., etc. You know, that would happen. So, since you guys want to recap, since this has gone on for like a goddamn hour, I wasn't expecting that, but it's awesome. Let's go over a recap of the top 10 reasons why people quit, starting number 1 to 10. So, number 1 was a lack of tutorials, the game not explaining itself, not teaching you how to smelt, how to ornament, that you need skill force mags, that defense mags are bad, all that stuff. You know, the game should teach you that. So that's the number 1 reason why people quit, because of ignorance and the game not explaining themselves. Number 2, the low drop rate. So low drop rates for blue drops, for stuff from gargoyles, from dragon arcs, wardings, mags, weapons, gems, all that shit doesn't need to have a drop rate like that. You know, low drop rates, mags. Second reason why people quit, they can't get what they need, even though they pop the boost. They try, they're on fever, they work their damnedest, they don't get their shit. They watch someone else walk in, they get it right away. That's pretty rage inducing. You shut the console off. Number 3, failing smelts and getting broken slots. The success rate it's honestly not what it says it is. It could be 95% and it still breaks. And then, you know, all that stuff. You know, losing weapons. This ties in with the other one, you know. The game not teaching you need buttons and artisans and all that stuff. Your attack's 4,000? You know, that's pretty average. Boo-woo. Boo-wow. It's pretty average for level 90. But that's one reason people quit. They get a weapon broken, they don't understand, they say, I lost my shit, I put all my Ogies, all my skill cards on it, I lost everything I put into this game, fuck this game, I'm done, they leave. That's number 3. Number 4, having no one to play with, no friends, no easy guild comings and all that stuff. And, you know, you just have no one to help you. No one to help you when it gets tough and all that stuff. Yeah, boo, it's kind of average. I don't have any damn good weapons. Yeah, but it's average for level 90. Yeah, it's always 50-50. You know why? Because it's always I either fail or I pass. That's it. Period. Done. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's either you pass or there is no try. There is only pass or fail. Like, that's literally it. So number 5 was, you know, the online community, getting cyberbullied, getting judged, getting, you know, all that stuff. Getting judged, getting, you know, ridiculed, all that. And one thing I forgot to mention, that is one of the bigger reasons people quit, but it is a lesser reason, if that makes sense. It's the RNG of the game. So I'm just going to tack this in with, you know, getting judged, and that people will judge you on your ornaments and how high your weapons grind and and your skill changes, and all those things are complete RNG, complete random, you know. You know, some people, they get like, oh, I got 15 crit on my fused, and I got 30 HP and 30 SP, and it's the best ever. And then someone goes to make their fuse, and they get like 4 decks. You know, that's really fucking unfortunate. You know, that's why I keep my profile open. I'll always have my profile open, because I will show people that I'm not perfect. A lot of people look up to me, and I know that. And I'll always have my profile open, because if people want to see what I got, they can see it. If they want to see that I'm still running with a 4 Dex Thunderquake, sure, look at it. Watch me go. You know, I mean, it helps people feel better about themselves. And if they see my good stuff, which I do have, then they'll get determined to, you know, ascend to my level, to strive for it, all that stuff. But the RNG, like, ornaments, there should be an item you can buy for $5 that lets you reset a mag's ornaments. That should happen. That's not a thing, but it should be. It's just, it's really unfortunate. It really, really is. Like, I don't know. But that's just something I wanted to add in there. So number 8, or no, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Number 6 on the list was DCing the lag, you know, blue screen, just frame rate drops, all that stuff. That was number 7. No, that was number 6, sorry. The RNG on my 6105s made me quit at one point. Exactly, Hidakoi. It can happen. It's a shame. It's a damn shame. A damn shame. Worse? That's not hard. Alright, so number 7 was lack of updates. So in the beginning, when there's lack of content, this happens on Xbox, there's no new content, people leave. When we had 6 months, we're stuck in Echigo. You know, a lot of people quit because of that. And then number 8 is losing interest as the game goes on. You feel you need to farm all the time. It becomes a second job to you. It's monotonous. There's less reward than there is effort put into it. It gets to you. You quit. This game bugs are one thing, that the fact they do nothing. Yeah. They don't do enough to help. Ornamentation resets do need to be a thing. But they will not repair a broken slot, because they need to still have band-aids. To fix it pisses me off more. Oh wow. 3 Thunderquakes, 5 crit on only 1? I mean, it happens. That's why I made 6 Thunderquakes, because none of mine had crit. But my 3 others had double crit, 5 and 6. And I was happy with that. Is he still wearing Amaras? He might. No, he's got this guy. So, so the PC, Xbox, they're not linked. Not at all. Not at all. PC is the most advanced, then PS4, then Xbox. Just to clarify that for you, boo. And then just to rephrase it, we have, alright, so yeah, just losing interest in the game. Then number 9 was OC, rolling, not getting what you want, things, putting in money, not getting what you want, getting ripped off, not, you know, the OC not being as powerful as it should. We talked about all these reasons, like, if you put in $50, you should get a platinum ticket every time, etc., etc. And then number 10 was lack of trading and just the trading corruption and all that stuff. So, you know, it's like that. Call me Maru. Alright, so hey Maru. I've made 8 or 9 Dancing Waters. Well, that's not too bad, but yeah, it sucks. Well, since I'm just playing from while to while, I don't feel anything. That's fine. You know, you're not that invested. But you know, here we are an hour in. So that is my top 10 reasons why people quit onigiri. Plain and simple. That's my opinion. Top 10 reasons. If you guys have anything more to add and stuff that I may have missed in the almost 300 chat, feel free to comment them on the video and just leave them there so I can see them, and you know, we can all share our experiences of why people quit and what you think, etc., etc., etc. You know, that'd be awesome. So that's gonna do it for me. Thanks to all 30 of you guys, 27 of you guys that came out, and Sexy Girl came back. You know, thanks to all of you guys for coming out, and you came at the end, did you? Well, there's a whole video for you to watch, man. So, you know, I'm gonna get on out of here. That's my top 10 reasons why people quit an onigiri, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you agree, disagree, let me know in the comments. And I'm gonna get on out of here, and I hope you all have a great day. Happy farming, good rolls, good mags, good drops, and have a good time playing the game we all love. See you later.